listen, Celtic are currently second. Rangers are coming up the inside lane. Can Celtic finish third this season, the way it's heading?
I think obviously Chris Sutton said that line, and do you know what I think is would maybe encapsulate where Celtic are is the fact that 13 at the last 14 titles, right? They've never been out with the top two since the 90s.
No.
But nothing would sum up Celtic's demise than finishing third, because that is just such a fall off the cliff that and there's no reason why not. Listen, Rangers are 3 points behind potentially now if they push on. They've obviously got a massive game at the weekend. Hearts feel legitimate, and I think Hearts, with what we've seen and what we know they're probably going to do in January, feel like a team equipped to go the full season, and that if that's winning the league or otherwise, but being in the mix. Celtic really do feel troubled. Ian Atchell, we both spoke about how he added a focal point to this team. He's gone. The lack of wingers in this formation doesn't add to creating chances. Everything that possibly could go wrong this season, I think seeing Jota, Cameron, Carter Vickers and Alistair Johnson in the stands underlines it as well. But this feels like a team that has no guarantees. It doesn't feel
People are saying there's COVID season vibes. I think this is far worse than the COVID season.
I agree with you.
I think the COVID season team wipes the floor with the current team.
Yep. They were victims in another way of the best Rangers team in recent memory, just coming to the fore, didn't miss a beat, didn't lose a game all season.
They put pressure on them. Exactly. They win every week, yeah.
All those games in hand as well.
Yeah.
You're bang on.
But there's certainly more attacking options.
Oh,
Edwards and Griffiths and Elyounoussi. I think Celtic are really struggling now. I think.
What do you think?
At this point in time, unless there's major changes in January and a kind of a rethink from the management team, I think Celtic are now heading for third. I think they're heading for third. But I think, because what we're seeing with this team just now is that the Celtic, for the first time in recent memory, any given Saturday, I go back, most weekends up until for the last 10, 15 years, there's not a single player in that team against Celtic who would get in the Celtic team. Most weeks. Maybe one or two at a push. Rangers maybe had one or two or three at a push. I think you're now looking at a flip side, and there's current Celtic lineups now that there's 4 or 5 players who wouldn't get in the opposition team. You know what I mean? There's 4 or 5 starters in the team at the moment who wouldn't get a game for Hearts, who wouldn't get a game for Rangers, wouldn't get a game for Hibs, wouldn't get a game for Aberdeen, wouldn't get a game for Motherwell. I'm talking strikers and wingers and guys in key positions who wouldn't get a game for their rivals. And all of a sudden, people are saying, why are they dropping points? Because that's why. Because Celtic have now regressed into the kind of pack because they get players that wouldn't get a game for Dundee.